Welcome to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be with you each and every week during the NFL regular season, through the playoffs, through the Pro Bowl, through the Super Bowl. Anything bowl we're going to be talking about, I guess. Here we are, again, week 15, NFL regular season. Another quarterback injured.
Yeah, this one's, I think, devastating. Absolutely unbelievable. If this is the one I'm thinking,
Daniel Jones,
yes,
Indiana
okay, yeah.
Jones has now left the field.
I was hoping you would, go for that one. So that's just awful for the Colts. Incredible year they're having, and then this happens at the tail end of the season.
Well, they've been losing a lot lately, and it's kind of sad to see that they were like the number one seed for a while.
Sure.
All of a sudden, you did see Daniel Jones get hurt a little earlier, a couple weeks earlier. He had some issues, but now it's a ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's like heartbreaking.
Yes,
absolutely.
And the Colts have now brought in Phillip Rivers. He's going in. They said they're signing him to the practice squad.
As we're speaking today, yeah, he's coming in for
44-year-old Phillip Rivers hasn't played since 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, I mean, what other options do they have?
Yeah.
They need bodies
they need
on
quarterbacks.
the field. I mean, it's just one of those things. Whether he's a practice team or a backup or however, they need bodies in there.
Yeah.
So,
and it makes you think about what happens with Daniel Jones moving forward too. I mean, there was talk that they may were looking at re-signing him. He's constantly hurt.
Well, look, I mean, you can't quibble with the way he played this year. I mean, it was just absolutely. He was a large part of their success this season. So
they may have wanted to give him a week when he got first injured, because it looked like he was having trouble walking through the last couple of weeks, and now that when the ruptured Achilles tendon, I know it's a different injury. Whatever he had before. He had different, but ever since that Gardner trade with the Jets, they have been playing bad. Nothing's been going right. I bet you they wish they want at least one of those draft picks back.
Well, that's the case with a lot of teams. I mean, the Eagles, my God, but they're kind of in a free fall. I mean, the way they're playing, and so you want to the team wants to go into the playoffs on a hot streak, and you don't want to go limping into the playoffs. So it's one of those ebbs and flows of a season, and you just want to make sure whatever team you root for or whatever team you follow is, going into the playoffs on a high note.
Yes. So. Speaking of streaks, we're going to start off with one when we start talking what happened last week.
Hey, what happened?
All right, we're going to start off the what happened with a streak of 15 straight wins by the Detroit Lions after a loss.
Okay.
All-time NFL record.
That's a weird record to keep track of. How many?
I didn't do it.
How many wins you have after a loss?
33 games since consecutive losses too.
Okay,
that's a very strong streak right there.
Sure.
I think that's more impressive than the 15 straight win after a loss record.
Mm-hmm.
But they have 33 games since consecutive losses. Going over to the Vikings this past weekend, the Vikings lost 26-0 against Seattle in Week 13. Then they shut out the Commanders in Week 14. They're the first team to get shut out, then shut out an opponent since the 1992 Broncos.
The Vikings are so inconsistent. So I don't know what to make of the Vikings. So.
They're also the first team in NFL history to get shut out by 25 and then shut somebody out by 25.
That's what I mean. It's
weird.
It's strange. The Vikings are odd.
Jaguars are doing extremely well lately.
Yeah. Beginning of the season, you would never thought they were in this situation, but
25 points, 25 or more points in 6 straight games. That's a franchise record for them. Mm-hmm. We have the Jets clinching their 15th straight non-playoff season.
By the way, I think I told you this. I have on our pick segment, I bet the Jets 2 straight games. I didn't bet the Jets. I bet I know it was the over. I think it was the over both.
Yes.
Was it? Okay. So I'm doing very well on Jets games with the over. So.
Well, we have the Jets 15 straight non-playoff season. Mm-hmm. They lead the league.
Yeah.
Bad thing to lead the league in.
And
then you have Atlanta.
And they still have not gotten an interception yet.
No.
So it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Especially with a coach who was a defensive back.
Well, he's not in charge of the defense, technically.
Well, still.
But we have Atlanta also not making the postseason since 2017. They're the second longest active streak in the NFL for non-playoff seasons. We've got the Chiefs. Technically, they're kind of out. But they also are now, the run of 9 consecutive AFC West titles is gone.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Because the Broncos just went to 11-2 with their 10th consecutive win. 10 straight. When was the last time we can say that about Denver?
The Broncos are going to be a dangerous team to play in the playoffs.
Yes.
So there are teams that you have to look at now. I mean, in the beginning of the season, no one was really thinking about the Broncos, but now they're the top of the league,
Well, here's a stat for the bettors out there that you got to keep an eye on here. The Broncos have won each of their last 5 games by 7 or fewer points. So if you see a spread of 7, you may want to go
because you know
with
why?
The underdog.
Because they wake up in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
So that's it's you wonder how often they can do that.
Yeah.
They just don't start a game very fast.
And their 5 wins in those games by a combined 17 points, second lowest point differential by any team in NFL history in a 5-game span.
Okay.
Another good record right there. Packers, 27-7 in Week 13. There's a betting stat for you right there.
Yeah.
They're tied for the Bills for the best record in the NFL in that week. And like I said, we've got so many different teams. We've got the Cardinals. Last one I'm going to do for this. After starting 2-0, the Cardinals have lost 10 of their past 11 games.
Wow. Yeah.
5 straight.
Yeah.
Yes. And they have given up more than 40 points in each of those games.
They got some big...
There's a team total number right there for the bettors.
They got some big decisions in the offseason, especially with the quarterback position.
Yes. So. That's it for the teams. Let's find out what happened with the players.
What happened?
Lots to hit here this week, especially with the quarterbacks involved in the league here. We've got Tampa Bay quarterback Baker Mayfield, his 4th straight game with less than 200 passing yards, longest streak in his career.
Boy, that game was shocking. I think I listened to a radio station that talks about the Circa contests, and one of the contests, Tampa Bay was the most picked team for that week, and they lost against the New Orleans Saints, and boy, that was a bloodbath for the contest.
Speaking of New Orleans, their quarterback Tyler Show, 34-yard rushing touchdown, longest by a non-Taysom Hill quarterback in franchise history. Also, first non-Hill Saints quarterback with multiple rushing touchdowns in a game since Drew Brees back in 2018.
Okay.
Some good stats coming out of the New Orleans quarterback there. Staying with the quarterbacks, we got Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins quarterback.
Just say Tua.
No, okay, I can't because they beat the hell out of the Jets this week. I'm not going to give him the respect he deserves there. But anyway, finished less with 200 passing yards for the 4th straight game. That's an interesting stat, and they keep winning. It kind of shows you the defense is playing so good.
I talked about I took the over in the Jets game. I got a little nervous because they scored a lot of points in the first half, and then it was pretty slow going in the second half. I got a little worried about that game.
I'm joking around, but that team played great. That defense, that Miami defense, for some reason
the offense,
has started kicked.
Goodness.
Well, that's the Jets defense. They had so many people hurt in that defense. It wasn't funny.
It was up to 21-0 at one
first
point.
Quarter.
Then the
first time the Dolphins have done that.
Special teams for the Jets got them back in the game a little bit.
By the way, first time the Dolphins have done 21 points in the first quarter in over a decade.
Was that 28 points in the first quarter?
21 in the first quarter.
Was it 21 in the first quarter?
28 in the 20. No, 20. The punt return came in the second quarter, I believe.
Did it? Okay,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yes. Staying with the quarterbacks, we got Matthew Stafford, multiple touchdowns in 7 consecutive games, the longest streak in the NFL this year. We've got Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City quarterback over there. First time he's ever lost against the Houston Texans-led DeMeco Ryans.
Really? I didn't know that.
He was 3-0 against Ryans as a head coach.
Okay.
Staying with quarterbacks, we got Shedeur Sanders. By the way, I'm impressed. I really was not expecting him to be that comfortable in the pocket when he came in. Second rookie in NFL history with at least 350 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown in the same game. The only other quarterback to do that was Joe Burrow.
Good for him. I wonder if sitting for a couple of weeks and really getting to know the offense helped them do this. I wonder if he would have been a different quarterback if they throw him in the first game of the season. But no, he's doing extremely well.
And eerie parallel, you just mentioned the sitting down for a while. Sanders also joined Aaron Rodgers as the only quarterbacks since 2000 to have 4 completions of 50 or more yards. Rodgers came in and did that after sitting behind Brett Favre.
Yeah, maybe there's some benefit to that. You kind of ease into the season, especially if you're like a new quarterback.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, oldest player in Steelers history to score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Roethlisberger was the previous elder statesman, 39 years old. He was the oldest Steeler to record an NFL touchdown, rushing touchdown, before Rodgers just did it.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers also broke Hall of Famer Jerry Rice's record as the oldest player to ever score a touchdown against the Ravens.
Okay, all right.
That's a really go down the rabbit hole stat there.
Yeah.
Rodgers also finished 25 of 34 with 284 yards and a touchdown. Joined Tom Brady as the only players in NFL history with 250 or more passing yards, a passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown after turning 42 years old.
Wow, okay.
Yes. Going over to the defensive side, we just got a couple here. Myles Garrett. Can't go a week without talking Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
20th sack of the season he recorded. He became the 13th player to reach that mark since it became an official stat in 1982. 3 sacks away from breaking the single-season record of sacks, 22 and a half.
Yeah, I think he'll do that.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
certainly do that. So.
And
he might do it in one game.
He may do it in the next game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's it.
And the final stat we go out to Seattle for. We have Seattle Seahawks safety Nick Emanwari. He finished the game with a block kick, an interception, a tackle for loss, and a sack against the Falcons.
Wow.
Since 1991, I want to get this right here, as far back as play-by-play data has been recorded. Didn't know it started in 1991 either.
Mm-hmm.
There have been only 2 other players with a blocked field goal, an interception, and a sack in the same game. Adrian Wilson in 2010 and Julius Peppers in 2004.
Wow, okay.
And also dating back to 2008, the first season that tackles for loss were tracked. Only 2 rookies have had a full rookie season that featured a block kick, an interception, a sack, and at least 5 tackles for loss. T.J. Watt was the other guy.
Wow, okay.
Good company there for the safety.
Absolutely.
That's it for the players. Let's find out what happened with us last week.
Hey, what happened?
Well, the best thing I can say is I avoided a push.
Yeah, that's the first time in 3 weeks that you didn't have a push, right?
We both went 2-1. Both had good weeks.
Yeah, I got the over in the Jets game. I got the under in the Kansas City game, and I fell apart because I took the Baltimore Ravens. And as we just talked about, Rodgers had an incredible game, and won against the Ravens.
Yeah, my only loss came with the Chicago Bears. They could have gotten. If it wasn't for a last-minute interception that final drive, that was a killer
awful
one.
Throw. That was an awful throw.
He's been playing so well. You're going to have those. You forget he is still learning.
He was off balance and throwing it into the end zone. He just didn't have enough on it. And so
he's got
a bad throw.
Like I said, he's still learning. It's a brand new offense. You forget how good the Chicago Bears are playing. Mm-hmm. You forget that's still a brand new offense. He's learning. He's learning this as he goes along.
Sure.
And those things happen. I mean, going on back over to my Jets, I always do a little Jets moment here, and this is my Jet moment of zen. I guess you can call it that.
Yeah.
But we just saw an undrafted free agent rookie come in to play for the Jets because Tyrod Taylor went down with an injury. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if you actually got to start moving forward with this kid to see what you have, because if you have a guy who can actually play, he's undrafted, a rookie, didn't have any reps with the first team before he came.
His name?
Brady Cook.
Brady Cook.
But he never had any reps with the first team. He wasn't expecting to go in. He was technically, even though he was second string, he was technically the emergency quarterback. Mm-hmm. Tyrod Taylor hurt his groin. We'll see exactly what they do moving forward with that. But I honestly think right now, with the way the team is, you got to take a look at this kid.
Well, look, I mean, whenever you have a quarterback in this situation, I always think to myself, I don't see his performance at practice. Certainly the coaching staff is there. They see him every day. They see what he can do in practice, what he can't do in practice, what he's strong at, what he's not strong at. So, if they don't start him, you always have to think, well, the coaches have seen more of this guy than I have. So maybe, you have to put a little more faith in the coaching staff about their decisions about Brady Cook.
Well, the one thing I did notice, as soon as he came in, the Miami Dolphins defense changed tactics. They loaded the box.
Sure.
They didn't want Breece Hall to beat him. They wanted Brady Cook to beat him. Sure. And as a
By
rookie,
the way,
he actually performed decent for no preparation
there
whatsoever.
There were some drops by the Jets
They
receivers.
did not help him. There was a touchdown Mechie dropped.
Yeah, there were some big drops.
He did not get any help from anybody.
Yeah.
And I really want to see.
Plus, he's a young quarterback, which means he's holding it too long.
And also he throws it different too.
Well,
I mean, every quarterback has a different thing.
Different.
And since the first team never practiced with the kid, they're not used to it.
As far as we know, I mean,
he's never practiced with the first string. He's
look
never
at the Jets
practiced
a little
with the
more
first
than
string.
I do, but
I got to give this kid a chance because he did throw some nice balls.
Yeah.
It's just he didn't get any help.
Sure.
And also that defense was just keying on Breece Hall. Breece Hall did nothing in that game because of that situation. And you just got to make a decision what's going on forward with that. Right now, we're going to be moving forward ourselves into Week 15 with our game picks. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show, back after this.
Moment of need, every second counts. So first responders, delivery drivers, and visitors can find your home fast, even in the dark. This is about more than just a number. It's about safety, visibility, and peace of mind. We created a house number that is not only a beacon of safety, but also a work of art. Crafted from durable stainless steel and waterproof acrylic, with efficient, low-voltage LED backlighting, it's uniquely yours. Choose from 6 sizes, 4 fonts, and 6 colors, and match your home's mood with bright, neutral, or warm white halo lighting. Add dusk to dawn, dimming and timing controls for complete command.
Every order includes free worldwide shipping, plus a 2-year warranty on lighted numbers and all powering accessories.
This is the ultimate home upgrade. A perfect blend of style, quality, and function.
Buy yours today.
Smoked cocktails have never been easier to make thanks to our Halo Drink Smoker. Simply place the cocktail smoker on your glass, light the wood chips until they start to smoke, and then top it off with the lid to infuse your drink with a delicious, new, smoky flavor.
Hey, Dave Weischadle from Turnpike Sports. I just got my dugout mug delivered and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for Turnpike Sports. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. DugoutMugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We are moving into Week 15. We just did our Week 14 look back, not only for the league, but also for ourselves. Again, we went 2-1 each. Still tied. Well, no, I got 2 pushes, so we're kind of
I think
the extracurricular math I have to do to get.
I think I have more losses.
Yes, you have 2 more losses. I got 2 pushes.
2 pushes.
Yes, so I guess that's a half a game each.
I don't know.
I don't know how that.
I don't know.
If someone has a slide rule out there, send it over. I got to figure that out. But anyway, here we are moving forward into Week 15. We do 3 picks each using Caesar's midweek lines. We do totals and point spreads. We don't do money lines for our 3 games here. And we also want to give our listeners and viewers the chance to sign up for Caesar Sportsbook. They got a brand new offer for football. And here it is, Caesar's Sportsbook and Casino. Football is back, and Caesars is game day ready with a great offer for new customers. Place your first bet of $1 or more and instantly get 100% profit boosts up to $25 max bet per boost. Register now at Caesars.com/sportsbook-n-casino with our code PIKE20X to get the special sign-up offer. Terms and conditions apply. 21 and older only. Gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. I did it right this time. How about that?
There you go.
Let's head on over to the games. First game of the week for me. The Green Bay Packers favored by 2.5 points at the Denver Broncos. There's an over-under of 43 at the time of taping. Packers have won 4 in a row after going on a 2-game losing streak, so they're 4-2 over their last 6 games. Good math by me. The Broncos have only lost 2 games all season long. They've won 10 straight games already. They're playing incredibly well. They come in with one of the best defenses in the league this year. They're allowing just 282 yards per game, 193 passing yards per game as well. Comes in handy when that offense has very slow starts most of the time.
Right. I'm curious. I haven't looked at their numbers, against the spread. I wonder what that is. It just seems they're winning games that are closer than you would think.
It's funny you should say that.
Oh, okay.
The Packers, I'll start with them first, are 6-7 against the spread this season. The Broncos are 5-8.
Okay. All right.
They're also 3-3 against the spread at home this season.
Well, I'm sure if the Broncos started faster in games, that'd be different.
Well, Green Bay has 3 one-score wins in their last 4 games. And if you look at the way Denver has been playing, they have won by 1 score in their last 5 games. I actually like the way the Denver defense is playing more so than I like the way the Green Bay Packers offense is playing. It's been kind of Jekyll and Hyde all season long, which is why I'm going with Denver plus 2.5.
All right, my first game is the Carolina Panthers, who are 2.5-point favorites at the New Orleans Saints with an over-under of 40.5. And I'll state the obvious first. I mean, the Carolina Panthers are a much better team than the New Orleans Saints. Hats off to the Saints for being the Buccaneers. I know that was, the Buccaneers were a big pick in the contests in Las Vegas, and a lot of people lost out there. But I just don't think the Saints are going to have enough firepower to beat the Panthers this week. Saints have lost each of their last 8 games without Taysom Hill and have failed to cover the spread in each of their last 5 home games without Juwan Johnson. Plus, the road team has covered the spread in each of the Saints' last 4 games. So I'm taking the Carolina Panthers and laying the 2.5 points.
All right, let's head on over to the second game of the week. My second game of the week, the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City's favored by 4.5 at home here. There's an over-under of 41.5. This is my very first Chargers game this season.
Okay,
I have avoided the Chargers like the plague. Here we have the Chiefs losing 4 of their last 5 games. They're hanging on to their playoff hopes right now. And for the first time since 2015, a team other than Kansas City will be winning the AFC West. Chargers are coming in with their number...
It may be the Chargers. Who knows?
It may very well be. The Chargers are coming in with the NFL's number 3 defense overall, 275.3 yards per game. The Chiefs have failed to cover in 5 straight games, home or away. Chargers are 8-0 against the spread in their last 8 games versus AFC West opponents. The Chiefs are 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games versus AFC West opponents. Any other year, I'd be going with Kansas City here because they're home, and usually you just don't go against Kansas City at home. But I'm going to take a shot here and go with LA plus 4.5.
All right, my next game is the Cleveland Browns at the Chicago Bears, who are favored by 7.5 points with an over-under of 40. Bears lost a heartbreaker last week against Green Bay.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, but I think they'll get back on track against the Browns this week. The home team has won 10 of the last 11 games between the Browns and the Bears have covered the spread in each of their last 5 games as favorites against AFC North opponents. I mean, this is the week the Bears get back on track. The Browns have had a terrible season on the road with just 1 road win this season. They are just a terrible road team. And I think the Bears are going to win big, win more than the 7.5 points that the books put on it. So I am taking the Chicago Bears.
Other than Myles Garrett, not too many bright spots for Cleveland. Yep. They may have found somebody in Shedeur Sanders, but
absolutely,
we'll see.
But we'll see in this game. But I think the Bears at home, I think I like them this week.
Let's head on over to the last game of the week. Final game of the week for me, the Arizona Cardinals at the Houston Texans. Houston is favored by 9.5 points here. The over-under is 42.5 at taping time. That's a big spread, 9.5. Houston Texans come into this week's matchup riding a 5-game winning streak while the Cardinals suffered their 5th straight loss. They're going in opposite directions. Arizona has given up 40 or more points several times this season and have allowed 3 touchdown passes in 3 of its last 4 games. Houston, on the other side, they've held their opponents to 20 or fewer points 10 times this season, and that defense seems to be getting better and better each and every week. This is a case of an irresistible force meeting a very movable object here with the Cardinals there. The Texans are 4-2 against the spread at home this season. Arizona is a very surprising 5-1 against the spread on the road. Plus, Arizona has covered 7 of the last 8 as road underdogs. 5-0 against the spread streak against the NFC as well.
Wow, okay.
So, it's kind of an interesting situation here. I got to go with Arizona plus 9.5.
Really?
Just because of that spread.
The spread is big, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, my last game is the New York Jets at Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are favored by 12.5 points, and the over-under is 41.5 points. I mean, this is my weekly Jets pick. I mean, this will be the 3rd week in a row that I'm taking a Jets game, and for the last 2 weeks, the Jets have just scored enough to get me over the total point line. So I'm going to ride this hot streak until I lose. And look, the Jaguars has been very good at home, especially their offense. They've scored at least 35 points in their last 2 home games. So I just need the Jets to score just a little bit, because I think, I think the Jaguars can get past this Jets defense and score a lot, but I just need the Jets to score a bit, just a little bit. So I'm taking the over 41.5 points, and this is my 3rd week taking a Jets game in the over. So, hey, let's ride the trend.
I don't touch Jet games during the regular season. Bet with my head, not with my heart.
Well,
at some point I'm going to have to try one. But anyway,
I'm winning these games. I mean, it's they're all going over. Something about MetLife. MetLife is they're not playing in MetLife, but MetLife, I always take the Jets in the over for some reason.
Well, there's also
but now Jacksonville is doing incredibly well. They're playing at home, and they're scoring over 35 points, at least 35 points each game at home. So last 2 games at home.
It's not just MetLife; it's a porous defense by the Jets too. So
last week I won at MetLife. So this
week
won
early
I'm going
at
to
MetLife too.
This week I'm going to win at Jacksonville Stadium. So
alrighty, those are our 3 picks for Week 15. As always, we use Caesar's midweek lines, so please check the lines before you place a bet. Remember, bet with your head, not with your heart. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show will be right back after this to close out and recap.
Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We did our look back at Week 14. We did our 3 picks each for Week 15 against Caesar Sportsbook midweek lines. Pike 20X to get the special sign-up offer over at caesars.com/sportsbook-n-casino. Why don't we go ahead and recap our picks?
All right, I'm taking the Carolina Panthers and laying the 2.5 points at the New Orleans Saints. I'm taking the Chicago Bears and laying the 7.5 points against the Cleveland Browns. And I'm taking, for the third week in a row, the over 41.5 for the Jets and Jaguars.
Well, for my games, it looks like I went to the kennel because I got all dogs. I got Denver plus 2.5 against Green Bay, LA plus 4.5 against Kansas City, and Arizona plus 9.5 against Houston Texans. So those are my 3 picks. Those are Dave's 3 picks. They'll be up on the blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll be taken there, and you'll see the picks there. Feel free to comment there. Feel free to email us, info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Social media, X, we have Turnpike Bets and Turnpike Sports. Instagram, Turnpike Sports Radio, Facebook, Turnpike Sports, and you can also find us on Blue Sky at Turnpike Sports as well. So just go ahead and search that. I'm not too familiar with how to give out the Blue Sky address yet, but anyway, check Blue Sky. We're on there too. But anyway, those are our picks, and we'll see you next week with all these.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike. Good luck, everyone.